Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Gold and Silver Club end of week review presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nick Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. Today, we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets and analysing the week's performance. This live session will cover an end-of-week summary for gold, silver, oil, and the commodity currencies. We'll be looking at the top trades of the week, live market commentary and technical analysis, and also looking at the week ahead. So key events looking forward that are going to affect the markets, and of course answering any of your questions as well. Okay, so gold price this week, we've had some very interesting moves this week, which we'll talk about very shortly. Still holding on to that 1300 level on gold, so remaining fairly range bound, but we've certainly had some nice activity this week, providing some day trade opportunities, particularly from the Federal Reserve announcement. So we'll talk you through that very shortly as well. So this week, gold rose for a second day just yesterday, and oil hit 16-month highs on Bernanke assurance. So commodity prices rose yesterday with gold advancing for a second day running, and crude oil hitting 16-month highs on signs of a stronger economy and after assurances from the Federal Reserve chief that the central bank would continue with its monetary stimulus program for now. So gold prices advanced for a second day running, and on Friday, today followed Wednesday's decline. Spot gold rose 0.49% to $1,290 an ounce at 8 a.m. GMT, and spot silver gained 0.49% to trade at $19.48 an ounce this morning. WTI oil is set for another weekly advance for the third time in a row, with a 16-month high now of 108.19 US dollars a barrel reached just yesterday, and that's WTI's highest level since March 2012. And in fact, the spread between WTI and crude is incredibly tight now. So Brent crude edged up 9 cents to $108.70, $188.70 a barrel just yesterday. So very lucrative markets to be trading oil at the moment. Oil prices soared to current highs after upbeat US economic news, and a jump in manufacturing activity created solid demand for oil in the US, the world's biggest oil consumer, and a sharper than expected drop in US jobless claims also helped to push oil prices higher. So also fresh employment data from the US Labour Department showed on Thursday that the number of people who filed applications for unemployment insurance payments slid by 24,000 to 334,000 in the week to July the 12th, the lowest since May, so helping to boost the US dollar. Okay, so a little bit about myself and Nick before we go into some live technical analysis and go through the top trades of the week. I'm Phil Carr, professional trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialise in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world, gold, silver, oil, and the commodity currencies. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. And of course, Nick Kalsi, a professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, Nick spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, he discovered the formula mindset tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications and appears frequently with myself on financial television. Okay, so first of all, before we go into the top trades of the week, we're going to look at the spot price of gold right now. So we're currently trading at $1,286 an ounce and 44 cents. So right slap bang in the middle of our current consolidation range. So we'll look at that very shortly. Top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. Okay, first of all, we had some opportunities off the Federal Reserve announcement, the statement actually this week from Ben Bernanke as he testified on Wednesday. And this, we had a spike up to a level of resistance, which was the $20 an ounce level. Couldn't break that level. Strong resistance. We then had a nice opportunity to sell short once we had two failed attempts at that level. And that was just very simple. A day trade, 34 pip risk for a 70 pip profit for a 2-to-1 risk to reward on that trade. Secondly, we also had an opportunity to short gold as well. 1300 proving really tough resistance for gold. It spiked up to around 1301. Couldn't break it. We saw the market hover around there long enough for really people to start taking profits if they were long, and for short sellers such as ourselves on this trade to start taking advantage of the sell-off that we got subsequently. So once we couldn't break through 1300, we saw the market come down, break past 1293, which is our target pending order position on this, and we just had a risk of 81 points for 160 points, just trading it back down to 1276 for 160 points for 81 point risk, so $810 for $1,600 on each lot traded on selling gold short on the Bambanaki testimony. USD Canadian dollar gave a really nice setup yesterday. Again, just going down on to a tighter time frame, we had a very strong level of resistance around 1.0419, been tested several times, offered a nice opportunity to sell short using our precision trading strategy, and we got in there with a risk of 22 pips, and we came down, got out for a 2-to-1 of 46 pips. Very quick day trade, $220 risk on each lot traded, $460 profit for a 2-to-1 as we sold short on USDCAD. And Australian US dollar has offered some nice sell shorts in line with the overall trend recently. So we had an entry. This was actually on last week's FX Street that we were looking at this position. So we got in at as the price came up to a key level of resistance, this trend line. The overall trend is down. We had a nice, it was a precision trade set up there. So we got in at 0.9168, 40 pip risk, 127 pips profit for a 3-to-1. Had a quite a fast, short and sharp move on that on Friday, and we came out for 127 pips, so $400 risk for our $1,270 profit on each lot traded. And also we had another opportunity to short Australian US dollar just at the beginning of the week. We came up towards that resistance trend channel again. We had a precision day trade, and that came up to a level of resistance at 0.9234. Everything else we looked for lined up, and we had a risk of 54 pips, so $540 risk for 102 pips profit for a 2-to-1 on that trade. So several opportunities this week, and more to look at just today as well. So those are our top trades of this week, and what we'll do, we'll move over to my screens. We'll do some live technical analysis with you very shortly, so just bear with me as I get the screens ready for you. Okay, excellent. So the first platform I want to just go through is the Gold and Silver Club custom-built Reuters news trading platform, and just to show you really what we're looking at in terms of today on the fundamental side. So you can see here, we just got the US dollar index, and you can see just this morning we're putting in, we're getting some support. We have found support around the 82 level this week. And this morning we're looking, we've got a bit of a relief rally just this morning. We're seeing that weakness follow through. So gold is certainly getting, is looking a little bit weak this morning. USD-CAD alongside US dollar index is strengthening. And you can see the movers and shakers today. So we can see, we're seeing some profit taking on Brent crude today. Silver, it's coming down. The markets which are strengthening just this morning, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. We're seeing some strength in also, on the US dollar index as well. And we've got some news just coming up shortly this afternoon. We've got jobless claims, fully fed the business index, initial jobless claims. So from the fundamental point of view, US dollar index putting in a bit of a rally. So we're going to expect a little bit of weakness in gold, silver just this morning, some strength in USD CAD. With that, we'll go through to our charts and we'll see exactly what is going on. So first of all, I want to turn your attention to USD Canadian dollar. So USD Canadian dollar, we've got a trend channel starting to form here. We found support at the 1.036 level just this morning. So we've got really fourth test of that level. And we're seeing alongside the US dollar index, we are seeing a little bit of a rally from that trend line just today. This is where we had a nice opportunity to short from 1.04376 just yesterday, come down, hit our take profit target, and now we're getting some support. So USD Canadian dollar, we'll be watching that closely today, see if we're going to come back up and if we're just going to continue to stay within this particular range. So see if we're just going to get a move back up to these levels of resistance, 1.0414, and whether we come back up to 1.04376. Any reversals and a break of 1.036, we'd be looking at, that's going to cause weakness in USDCAD for potentially to come down to the next level of support, 1.0326, and for gold most likely to rally if that does occur. Looking over to gold, so here we go. So gold, we've just got this very much range bound. You can see here 1300 level providing a lot of resistance, 1270 to 1276 is support. So this market is consolidating at the moment, so we're going to be looking at those key areas. Where the price is right now, 1287, we're right in between key support and resistance levels. So really looking at these event areas for potential setups at the moment. So gold at the moment, very much consolidating. If we go out to the daily time frame on gold currently, so we are seeing this market start to bottom out slightly. It's still very much news driven and fundamentals driven at the moment, the gold market. So we're just going to be looking at those key levels for the time being on gold as we continue within this trend channel. So that's what we're looking at. Gold, still that similar situation really. We found support, this trend line, and also the 1927 level. We're just hovering around there at the moment. Key resistance around 2013 currently. You can see where we're starting to build a bit of a base with silver. In order to really get some good upward trend momentum here, we do really need to be clearing above the 20.28 level in order to really get the bulls really interested in this market again, to push it higher and back towards some key levels around the 21 area. So we're going to get a resolution on this soon. You can see downward trend channel, upward trend channel. They're all pointing towards the 20 level as a resolution level. So whether we're going to get a breakout to the upside or a breakdown in price. At the moment on gold in particular, we do have a record number of speculators who are looking to short gold right now. And with the institutions, we have a lot of institutional banks and funds who have very large positions long on gold. So one or the other is going to happen. We're going to get a shakeout of the short positions on gold at the moment, and we may get once we get a breakout above the 1300 level. So we'll be looking for that, or whether we're going to see the 2070 level of support retested, and whether we're going to come back down to 2050 level. So we'll be looking at that on gold. Certainly New Zealand US dollar. So there's that. Had a nice move on New Zealand dollar just yesterday. Actually, we just come back up, tested the key moving average actually just this morning. Upside might be limited if the US dollar index rallies today. So we have hit a level of resistance around 0.795 today. Nice for a quick day trade from yesterday. Got some nice levels of support yesterday. Really nice tweezer set up yesterday on there as well for a quick 1-to-1. We'll see if this market can continue above 0.795 or gets capped this morning. But again, New Zealand US dollar range bound. Short term is the sentiment is bullish. Longer term, we're still below key moving averages and the overall trend is down. So we've got some work to do before the bulls really get interested in this market, or we may just see more selling into strength at the moment. So we've had some nice day trades, so more of a day trading market at the moment, New Zealand US dollar. Australian US dollar, so in line with the overall downtrend, we can see we're just coming back down to test 0.9168 this morning. We've had some really nice day trades on the short side. The overall market is down at the moment on Australian US dollar, which you can see that the overall sentiment is still for the sell side at the moment on Australian US dollar. So I'll be looking at key levels, see if we're going to get a retest around the 0.904 one level below. Levels of resistance are going to be just going back really to the June highs here, and the key Fibonacci levels above that, 0.9340, and above that at 0.9382. So not too much going on Australian US dollar at the moment. For me, it's not really one to watch so much today. It's more USD Canadian dollar, definitely one to be watching at the moment. We'll be looking at gold quite closely as well. And of course, going across to WTI and Brent. So Brent today, so we're actually 108.87. So we're seeing, Brent is still rallying quite nicely actually, which might be able to pull gold up, this afternoon. We'll see. So we're seeing certainly a continued strength in WTI. So any real pullbacks, you can see some of the key moving averages we've got here. Any pullbacks to support have been treated as opportunities to get in long. Also, the oil inventories that we've had out the last 3 weeks running have really been very supportive for WTI and Brent to gain traction really with this rally and the breakout that we're getting. Next significant levels of resistance are going to be really the 110 level if Brent can continue its breakout to the upside. So we'll be looking at that level as a potential resistance. But at the moment, certainly very much on the bullish side, so not looking to go against the major trend on WTI or Brent, but obviously treat potentially any pullbacks as opportunities to get in for this rally that we're currently in on oil. So that's what we're looking at on oil. And yep, that's pretty much the main markets covered there, guys. So we've looked at oil. So again, USDCAD, we're going to be looking at that very closely this morning, rallying alongside the US dollar index. Okay, so with that, what we'll do, we'll go over to any questions, and of course we'll look at news for the week ahead as well. Okay, key events that you really want to be looking out for today. So we've got a number of key news announcements this afternoon. Week ahead, we're looking at 3 o'clock. We've got US existing, sorry, bear with me. So let me just talk you through that on my Reuters quickly. Today we've got initial jobless claims out this afternoon, and the Philly Fed, the business index as well. So that is 12:30 GMT and 2 p.m. GMT today. Moving into next week, Monday at 3 p.m. GMT, we've got US existing home sales. This measures the change in the annualized number of existing residential buildings that were sold during the previous month. This report helps to gauge the strength of the US housing market. It's a key indicator of overall economic strength. Higher than expected readings should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And that's important because of the correlation with gold, of course. Next Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. GMT, we have the CAD core retail sales. These will affect any CAD trade you're in. Measures the change in the total value of sales at the retail level in Canada, excluding automobiles. So that's an important indicator of consumer spending. Also considered a pace indicator for the economy. So higher than expected readings should be taken as bullish for the CAD, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And that's important because the CAD is also correlated to oil price. Next Wednesday, we also at 3 o'clock, we have the US new home sales. That report tends to have more impact when it's released ahead of existing home sales because the reports are very tightly correlated. So again, a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. That's important because of the inverse correlation to gold with the US dollar. Next Wednesday at 3:30, we have the crude oil inventories, very important data. So this last 3 weeks running, the crude oil inventories have helped continue the rally on crude oil. So if we get any inventories which are showing a surplus of inventories, we may then start seeing some profit taking, and we could have some nice positions to go short. But do make sure you pay attention to that if you're trading crude or WTI. So next Wednesday, 3:30, that data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have inventory. Commercial firms report their inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Next Thursday at 9 a.m. we have the German IFO Business Climate Index. That index rates the current German climate and measures the expectations for the next 6 months. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the euro, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And that is, of course, important because of the correlation with gold with the euro. And next Thursday, 1:30, we have US core durable good orders. That measures the change in the total value of new orders for long-lasting manufactured goods, excluding transportation items. So because aircraft orders are very volatile, the core numbers gives a better gauge of order trend. So higher reading indicates increased manufacturing activity. Higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. Okay, and so that's all the key news that you want to be keeping an eye on over the next week. So, of course, as well, if you would like to find out more information about our live trading room, the next live trading room will be next Tuesday evening, 9 o'clock GMT. Get a lot of inquiries about this. So our live trading room program, to request information on our live trading room program, you can just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, where we actually talk through our actual strategies, take live setups and so forth. You can contact us at office@thegoldandsilverclub.com, or call us either at our London office 0207 193 0403, or at our New York office at 001 646 808 0403, and just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com to complete the form to request information on our live trading room. And of course, make sure you take advantage of our free weekly newsletter on gold, silver, oil, and the commodity currencies, with all the latest news, like live market analysis and prices. Okay, fantastic. So with that, guys, I wish you all good luck for next week's trading, and we will catch you at the same time next week at 11 o'clock GMT. So take care, everybody, and we will see you on the next one. Great. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.